Well, good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. There was a lot of news going on, and we'll get to it in just a minute. But first, a bigger story that we think will shape the country your grandchildren will inhabit, maybe more than any other. The nation's immigration laws are breaking down before our eyes. The people charged with enforcing those laws are instead destroying them. Yesterday, we told you about Chicago, the city of Chicago, and its new plan to give ID cards to illegal immigrants. Those official IDs will allow non-citizens to vote. That's against federal law, not to mention the very idea of democracy. America is supposed to be run by Americans. That's the point of it. But politicians in Chicago are pushing to subvert that. If you're looking for a foreign influence scandal, and everyone in here in D.C. is looking for one, you got it, because it's happening in Chicago right now. Foreign citizens will be electing our political leaders. Chicago Alderman Amaya Pawar came on this show last night and tried to tell us that it was our imagination. None of this is happening. Illegal immigrants, he said, can't vote because in Illinois you have to prove you're a citizen in order to register to vote. Watch him tell you that.
In order for someone to register to vote, they would have to sign an affidavit and present a birth certificate, a passport, a social security card, and potentially this. So you'd still need a second form of ID. So
you're saying that in order to register to vote in the state of Illinois, you need to produce evidence of citizenship. Is that your claim?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we rarely play tape of people who've been on the show when they're not here to respond because it seems like bad sportsmanship. You ought to be able to respond directly to a claim against you. But we're replaying that because it so perfectly crystallizes the dishonesty in our public conversation on this subject. You just heard an elected official look right into the camera and tell you a lie. Not once, but 3 times. That's not true, what he said. You do not need proof of citizenship to register to vote in the state of Illinois. We checked. Everyone who lives there knows this. You just need proof of an address and an ID, exactly like the one the city of Chicago is giving away to illegal immigrants. He's encouraging them to take. Informed people who say anything other than that are lying. And they're lying because they want illegal aliens to vote, but they don't want you to know about it or complain. That is called fraud. Meanwhile, in Oakland, California, maybe Mayor Libby Schaaf is taking the side of illegal aliens over American citizens, but maybe to her credit, she's doing it right out in the open. She's trying to sabotage federal immigration enforcement. She issued a public warning to illegal immigrants in Oakland last weekend. She told them of an impending ICE raid so they could go into hiding and avoid federal agents. It's like telling bank robbers the cops are on the way. Who is she protecting by doing that? Well, we have brand new numbers on that question. According to information supplied to this program by ICE, 864 illegal aliens, criminal aliens, and public safety threats remain at large in Oakland. These are exactly the people the mayor is warning before the authorities get there. We'll just give you a couple examples. One is a Honduran citizen who has been arrested multiple times for cocaine trafficking and, by the way, for having sex with a minor. Another, from Mexico, has been arrested and convicted for carrying a loaded gun, for DUI, drug smuggling. Both of these guys have been deported from the U.S. multiple times. They've come back every time. They've been allowed to do that because Democratic politicians want them to stay here because, you know the answer, each one of these people, no matter how revolting, is a potential vote for them. That's the bottom line. Across the country, Democrats have given up on the middle class. They're not trying to fix your problems. They don't care. They don't share your concerns. They're not pretending to. They're the party of foreign voters now, many of them illegal. Democrats argue from the House floor that immigration law, the laws they passed by their body, the lawmaking body, those laws should be ignored or nullified. Anyone who disagrees is shouted down with slurs. It happens on this show all the time. Kansas, for example, has a law requiring proof of citizenship for voter registration. Who wouldn't support that? Non-citizens are not allowed to vote for federal office. Period. It's a federal law. Well, the ACLU is suing. You think they'll sue the mayor of Oakland for siding with MS-13 over American citizens? Don't hold your breath.